All right, let's dive into Augusta's art scene. This time, you've given us a real mix. Articles, school board updates, even a bit about journaling.
Sounds intriguing.
What really stood out to me were three things. A new leader for the Greater Augusta Arts Council, the Arts in the Heart Festival's jazz,
Uh-huh.
blues stage hitting a big anniversary, and painted pianos popping up everywhere.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Let's start with the Arts Council. Urban Pro Weekly had a piece on Denise Tucker,
Okay.
the new executive director. Over 50 applicants from across the country, so she really had to stand out.
Yeah, choosing a new director for an arts council is a big deal. It's not just about art, but knowing the community, getting funding, and working with everyone involved.
And Denise Tucker seems more than ready. She's been part of Augusta's art scene for over 30 years.
Wow.
Not an outsider, she's homegrown.
That local knowledge is so important. She already knows the city's culture and has probably worked with many of the artists and groups she'll now be leading.
Yeah.
That makes a difference in building trust.
Definitely. And she's got big ideas. In Urban Pro Weekly, she said, her vision is for the Arts Council to be recognized as one of the driving forces that makes Augusta a place where art lives, works, and thrives, thereby amplifying our cultural and economic influence.
That's powerful. She sees art as vital to Augusta's growth, not just entertainment.
Exactly. We always talk about the economic impact of a thriving art scene. This new director gets it. She's connecting art with tourism, jobs, the whole package.
And don't forget property values. Vibrant art scenes often lead to increased property values, making it a desirable place to live and invest.
It's a win-win. I was impressed by how smooth the transition seems to be. Outgoing director Brenda Durant spoke highly of Tucker.
That's good for continuity. It signals that things are stable, and Durant has confidence in Tucker's ability to keep things moving forward.
Speaking of moving forward, the Arts in the Heart Festival is coming up. The Jazz
Yes.
Blues Stage is celebrating its 10th anniversary, a decade.
10 years is huge for any art event, especially with the challenges lately. The festival was canceled in 2020 because of the pandemic.
Oh, that's right.
It's a testament to the community's dedication that it's back and thriving.
And Georgia Muldrow is headlining this year. They're calling her a voice of the ancestors, which makes me think they're leaning into the history and roots of jazz and blues.
It suggests they respect tradition while acknowledging how jazz and blues have evolved. Muldrow's music often mixes traditional and contemporary elements.
I like that. A nod to the past while looking ahead. Okay, switching gears completely. Painted pianos.
Fun.
We love public art projects, and this one from the Jesse Norman School of the Arts is great.
Project Forte, right. It's interesting how it brings art out of the gallery and into the community. You could be walking and suddenly there's a colorful piano.
Exactly. Each piano is a work of art. They've got one by Trip Guston going up in front of the Destination Augusta building. It has Augusta landmarks, which is a nice touch.
It shows local pride. And it's sponsored by the Porter Fleming Foundation. This project is a great example of how different parts of the city, the arts, businesses, schools can work together.
Totally. And they're all over. The Miller Theater, Doctor's Hospital. It's like a citywide art hunt.
And it goes beyond just looking at art. It encourages people to interact. Art isn't just for observing, it's for experiencing. Anyone can sit down and play.
Speaking of experiencing art, there's this thread in the sources about, well, journaling. Not what you'd expect with Augusta's art scene.
Journaling.
Yeah. There's this article about the history of journaling. It starts way back, like ancient Egyptians and Romans writing on scrolls and tablets.
It makes sense. Writing has always been how people record their thoughts and experiences. Humans were doing it long before paper.
Exactly. There's an Egyptian journal, the Diary of Merer, from 2500 BCE. It's about the workers building the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Wow, what a glimpse into the past. Imagine something so personal lasting thousands of years.
Right. Then, the article says, journaling became more personal in the medieval and Renaissance periods. Monks and scholars kept detailed records of their lives.
Those manuscripts from that time are beautiful, so artistic and detailed. It reminds you that even personal writings can be art.
Totally. As literacy increased and paper became more common, personal diaries became really popular.
Technology always plays a role, right? From scrolls to printing presses to the internet.
The article talks about how blogs, vlogs, and social media have changed things. It's like journaling for everyone to see.
It's made sharing easier, but I still think there's something special about handwritten journals.
Oh, definitely. Pen and paper has a certain magic. Speaking of, there's a journaling club at the Lucy Craft Laney Museum. It's for anyone who wants to connect with other journalers.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And the Laney Museum is the perfect place. It honors an educator who fought for education for African Americans. Having a journaling club there feels like continuing her legacy.
I agree. They're acknowledging the power of words to inspire, just like Lucy Craft Laney did.
Well said. So, we have a new arts leader with big plans, a historic jazz and blues celebration, pianos bringing music to the city, and a nod to the power of journaling.
Augusta embraces creativity in every way. But wait, there's more. We also have these notices from the Richmond County School System. Looks like education is getting exciting, too.
I'm ready to hear more. It's really interesting how Augusta approaches education. These notices you gave us, they really show a system that's focused on tradition, but also open to new ideas.
Yeah, I see that, too. Like they're finding that balance, honoring the past, but looking to the future.
Exactly. And that's so important for education. You need that solid base to build on, but you also got to adapt to what students and, well, the world needs now.
Makes sense. Remember we saw that notice about Belair Middle School's new building last time?
Yeah, it was still being built then. What's happening now?
It's like they've got a move-in date, October 21st. They're giving families lots of notice, which is good. Even a walkthrough for the Board of Education on October 2nd.
So things are on track. I remember reading about the new building. Lots of spaces for kids to work together and new tech, right?
Yes, and they really focused on natural light, making it a more welcoming space for everyone. A new building can really change the mood,
Yeah.
make learning more positive.
Oh, for sure. It can be a huge change for the whole school. It makes me think of this study I read about how the environment affects how kids learn.
Really? What did it say?
Basically, kids in well-designed spaces, natural light, comfy furniture, they tend to do better academically, more engaged in class, less stressed.
That makes sense. It's like recognizing that learning isn't just about books and lectures, but the whole experience.
Exactly. And it seems like Richmond County schools get that, thinking about the big picture.
And speaking of the big picture, they're really tackling this teacher shortage, partnering with the Central Savannah River Area Regional Educational Services Agency.
And Augusta University.
Right. It's a program to help people who didn't train as teachers become certified.
I think that's brilliant.
Me too. And they're offering scholarships to cover the costs, which helps a lot.
It's smart for the schools. They're not just filling spots. They're bringing in people with different experiences, making teaching more diverse.
So true. Because teaching is about passion and wanting to help kids, not just a piece of paper.
Absolutely. So how are students doing academically? The school system released that data on the Georgia Milestones tests, right? Anything good?
Yeah, good news. Overall, scores are up in many grades and subjects. And of course, scores in biology and U.S. history are up across the whole system.
That's great. Shows that what they're doing to help students is working. What about the end of grade tests?
Progress there too. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th grade, all up in English. 8th grade also did better in science and social studies.
Fantastic. Upward trends are always good to see, especially in so many areas. Any schools that really stood out?
Definitely. George P. Butler Comprehensive High School and A.R. Johnson Health Science and Engineering Magnet School, both up in American literature.
They're both great schools with really strong programs. It's impressive to see them doing even better.
And Hepzibah Comprehensive High School and Richmond County Technical Career Magnet School, both improved in biology.
Great news for schools focused on STEM. It's good to see kids doing well in those subjects.
And get this, Richmond County Technical Career Magnet School, the Academy of Richmond County, and Cross Creek Comprehensive High School, all way up in U.S. history scores.
Wow. Sounds like Richmond County schools have a lot to be proud of. But like any big system, there are always challenges, right?
Unfortunately, yes. One thing they're dealing with is more threats on social media. They put out a statement, saying student safety is their top priority.
It's sad that schools have to deal with that. Being proactive and taking those threats seriously is so important.
Definitely. They're encouraging people to report anything they see and talking about how important it is for schools, families, and the police to work together.
Keeping schools safe is everyone's job. Okay, let's switch gears. You had some stuff about upcoming events in Augusta, right? That list from Urban Pro Weekly about September? Sounds like they're expecting a lot of people.
Yeah, over 114,000 visitors. They think it'll bring in around $12.5 million.
Wow, that's a big boost for the city's economy. Tourism really helps businesses and creates jobs.
Exactly. And it's a diverse group of events, too. Everything from the Southern Harmony Brigade to a land development conference to a softball tournament.
Wow, that's quite a mix. Augusta really appeals to all sorts of people.
And of course, we can't forget the Arts in the Heart Festival. Over 100,000 people expected there.
Always a big one. It really adds to the city's culture and economy.
Now, here's something interesting. The Richmond County Board of Education is putting out a bid for a new Davidson Black Box Theater.
Oh, cool. Black box theaters are so flexible you can use them for anything. Performances, rehearsals, events. Great for schools.
Right. They hired Woodhurst Architects to design it. There's a pre-bid conference on September 9th at Hephzibah Comprehensive High School, and bids are due October 10th. They're not wasting any time.
New art spaces are always exciting. It shows they care about the arts and giving students a chance to be creative.
And it's not just for students. Black box theaters are great for the whole community. Plays, concerts, lectures, all sorts of things.
Speaking of investing, what about that notice about the Augusta Mini Theatre?
They're turning 49.
Wow, almost 50 years. They've been a big part of Augusta's arts for so long.
They're celebrating big. Drive-through on October 5th, a roast and toast on October 8th, and they're breaking ground on a new building October 10th.
Sounds like fun. And a new building is a huge deal for them. Shows they're growing and still dedicated to the community.
It's great to see them doing so well. We've covered a lot this time. The school system's efforts to make things better, new buildings, finding teachers, how students are doing.
And we saw how Augusta is using all these events, conferences, festivals to help the economy and the culture.
Augusta's definitely a city on the move. But there's one more piece we need to look at.
What's that?
This idea that keeps coming up. Technology and creativity together. We saw it with the Belair Middle School, the schools working with Augusta University, even the Mini Theater's new building.
You're right. Augusta seems to get that technology isn't just gadgets, but a way to be more creative.
Exactly. And there's one place in Augusta where this is really happening.
Tell me more.
It's the library.
Yeah.
The Augusta Richmond County Public Library. They have this new tech hub, and it's amazing, like a dream for creative people.
I saw that. So many things there. 3D printers, podcasting stuff, video editing software. Wow. It's like a makerspace, a studio, and a design lab all in one place.
It is. And it's all free if you have a library card. It's like
Okay.
they took the old idea of a library and made it totally new.
That's so smart. It's not just about reading anymore. It's about making things, telling your own stories, bringing ideas to life.
Like they're helping a whole new generation of artists and creators get started. And it's all happening in a library. It's like they're saying creativity and technology go together.
Yeah. It breaks down those walls between different fields. And it reminds us that libraries aren't just about the past. They can help shape the future, too.
I love that. It connects to what we were talking about before, making the arts accessible to everyone. Technology makes it easier to create and share, but you still need the right tools. The Tech Hub makes those tools available to anyone.
That's huge, especially for young people. Imagine a kid who loves music but can't afford a recording studio. The Tech Hub gives them a chance.
Exactly. So many possibilities. You know, it reminds me of that article about journaling, how technology changed it from scrolls to blogs and social media.
Yeah.
The Tech Hub feels like the next step.
It is. It takes those digital things and makes them real. A kid could write a song on their computer, record it at the Tech Hub, then use the 3D printer to make a case for their album.
That's amazing. And it's not just for individuals either. They want community groups to use it too.
I love that. More chances to work together and learn from each other. A theater group could make videos there, or a school could do a robotics workshop.
Bringing people together through creativity and technology. And it's not just at the library. We're seeing this all over Augusta.
We talked about the new Belair Middle School with all its cool spaces and technology, and the Jesse Norman School of the Arts is using technology in really creative ways, too.
The whole city seems to understand that to do well in the future, we need both the arts and technology. They work so well together.
And it's not just about jobs, it's about making our lives and communities better. When you mix creative thinking with tech skills, you can solve problems, connect with people, and express yourself in amazing ways.
So well said. As we wrap up our look at Augusta's art scene, it's clear that something special is happening here. There's a real energy, a drive to create new things that's so exciting to see.
I agree. It's not just the big organizations, it's everyday people and groups making art happen.
And it's all happening where art and technology meet. Places like the Tech Hub are breaking down old rules and making new things possible.
Augusta really gets it. Art isn't a luxury, it's important. It's part of the city, making lives better, helping the economy grow, bringing people together.
It's been amazing exploring all this with you. From new leaders to anniversaries to painted pianos to journaling and high-tech creativity, Augusta is moving forward, keeping its history alive while building a bright future.
Totally. And to everyone listening, if you're ever in Augusta, check out its art scene. You won't regret it.
Until next time. Keep exploring, keep creating, and keep diving deep.